Denali National Park totals 6 million acres, larger than the state of Massachusetts. And its top attractions are its wildlife and views of Mount McKinley. Wildlife includes pika, marmots, wolverines, red fox, beaver, porcupine, snowshoe hare, weasel, mink, otter, lynx, coyote, bats, shrews, and of course these ptarmigans. There are 39 species of mammals, but visitors hope to see the Big Five, which now follow. Denali has one road that goes about 90 miles into the wilderness. The first 15 miles of that road are paved and open to all visitors. Beyond that point, only authorized vehicles are allowed to drive. And those vehicles, for the most part, are the ubiquitous green tour buses run by Denali. Since the animals are used to seeing these buses on a regular basis, they don't seem to be afraid of them, and a lot of the animals will come right up to and even cross the road with the bus very close nearby. That, of course, allows the visitors to see many wildlife sightings during the lengthy bus ride out to mile 90 and back again on the gravel road. The least spotted of the Big Five mammals is the black wolf, and on one of my 2 bus rides, we saw this one. He was far off in the distance, so I had to zoom in quite a bit with the camcorder. Of course, what really gives visitors the sense of being out in the wilderness is the presence of the grizzly bears. And on my 2 bus rides, I saw quite a few of them. The area where these bears are browsing is called tundra. Permafrost underlies much of this subarctic wilderness in Denali, so only a thin layer of topsoil supports fauna. But in spite of that, there are over 650 species of flowering plants and over 1,500 plant species in total when you include mosses, fungi, algae, lichens, etc. Estimate that only 1/3 of the visitors to Denali actually see Mount McKinley, because at an altitude of 20,320 feet in height, it is often obscured by cloud cover. Mount McKinley is far off the beaten track, but because of its height, you can see it from many places in the park. Unfortunately, there were 6 million acres of Alaska engulfed in wildfire in the summer of 2004. And often the smoke was obscuring the views of the mountain. In fact, I camped many nights in several of the campgrounds, and there were times that there was actually soot coming down, landing on the picnic table from these fires that were way off north of Fairbanks, hundreds of miles away. Eielson Visitor Center had racks from elk, moose, and caribou, and some of them weighed 40 and 50 pounds. The bus driver pulled over alongside one of the ponds when he spotted this beaver, and we Must have sat there 10 minutes watching the beaver swimming back and forth, harvesting tree branches and nibbling on them as he floated along. The bus ride goes out as far as mile 86 up to Wonder Lake, and there's a campground there. The bus allows you to get off and wander around a little to look at the scenery. You get an idea of this wilderness road that the buses traverse to get you deep into the park. Denali has 167 species of birds, 10 species of fish, but no reptiles. We also stopped a little bit to explore some of the rivers, which are called Braided Rivers, and which are all from snowmelt and glacier melt. Many millions of acres of backcountry wilderness are off limits to mechanized vehicles, so dog sleds are used in the winter to transport supplies and for the ranger patrols. That necessitates that the park maintains dog sled teams for use in the winter. These 10-day-old pups were very popular with the visitors. Rangers and trappers used canvas tents when they went into the backcountry in the winter during the old days. A very popular demonstration by the Rangers is the operation of the dog sled teams, using a sled with wheels on a gravel track.
Yes, sir. What are the different breeds we use? Well, actually, all of these dogs are called Alaskan Huskies. Now, what is an Alaskan Husky? It is not a pedigree dog at all. What it is the proto-dogs, the original dogs. Before people started actually in the last 200-300 years actually breeding dogs as pedigrees, you had things like this before.
These dogs love to run and they love to pull, and there are several dozen of them. So when they spot that the Rangers are about to do a demonstration but are only going to use about 5 dogs, they all get wildly excited and as if they're saying, "Pick me, pick me, pick me, I want to do it."
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Don't you wish your car was like me?
And as you can see, they are raring to go.
What a ride. We'll be seeing again now.
Disappears down the mountain.
So if you ever get up to Alaska, our 49th state, I heartily suggest that you spend some time at Denali National Park. You'll find plenty to do, plenty to see, plenty to amaze you, and you will not regret it.